I think in a lot of places, the ability to ask a little bit more on the training side, right? Make things a little bit more challenging, make things a little bit harder. Um, I think there, yeah, there is a temptation, especially with compliance, like you mentioned, to make everything as easy as possible, as hassle-free. And then at what point does that become a problem, right? And if there is a feeling that that there you don't need any of that stuff and you can just kind of cheat on the quizzes and things and everybody's fine, then maybe there is also a question of, was that training needed at that level in the first place? Like how appropriate is the training, to the situation, to the condition, right?
Well, usually in that case, it's everyone's fine until they're not fine. Do you know what I mean? And
Hmm.
then there's a major problem, and then the company will go, uh-oh, how do we mitigate this in the future? And then that's when people actually start taking training seriously. Um, or again, if it's just the exercise of shifting blame, it's a matter of you know, something happens, something bad happens, and the person who completed the training, quote unquote, is the one who, is the one who's punished at the end of the day, and then nothing changed was within the company culture or how they operate or how they deliver
Yeah.
training. So
And
I
I think
think
for
probably can go both ways.
Yeah, I think a lot of things are, you have to challenge, there is this idea like, you learn when you're challenged, right? You want to keep on pushing that boundary. You don't want to have something easy right away and there's nowhere to go. You also don't want to have people, just immediately start, or start plateauing where they feel like they have nothing to learn. That's when you get bored, right? And
Yeah.
I think there is a temptation again because it's the path of least resistance to just make everything really easy or to not aim high enough. Whenever we work with when we help put together training content and things like that, let's say compliance courses and stuff. One of the things I'd always ask is, imagine somebody actually did this course. And imagine that they came to you for a job interview, or or you hire these guys as your new, whatever compliance, operations manager or something like that. And think hard. Think about what do you want this person actually to be able to do and show you. Don't just think about it in terms of did I get my message out there and blast it out there. Think about somebody who actually did this. And you can see their quiz scores. You can see all the activities we're building with you. Imagine this person with all that documentation and all of the knowledge that they should have from the course that they should have completed that you published came to you. What would you ask them to be able to tell that they actually know what they know? And don't think about it in terms of, oh, it's like a 2 hour course or something. Think about it as something they actually, actually ask them to put time into it, actually ask them to write and to go and try things in the real world. And I think that's really
What are the
different.
learning objectives?
That's really different when you have somebody, when you say, what do you want this course to say, versus what do you want somebody who's done this course to be able to do for you? And I
Yeah.
think I think there's a big difference. And then when you think about it that way, okay, let's say you hire this person. What can you do with this person who's done this course, assuming we have achieved all your objectives? Well, ideally you've got a superstar on your team that you're ready to, put out there, versus somebody who read your Word document, right? So I think how much, just that ability, now you have a member of the team, somebody who's got a brain who's thinking, and that's the kind of, I think, training you want to put out there. And imagine you had a whole team of those guys, as opposed to a whole team of people who may or may not have read your PDF file.